this week's video. I hope you're all doing really well. What lovely weather we've got. Happy Sunday to you. My goodness, it's going to be a bit of a scorcher, I think, the next couple of days, so I hope you enjoy it. I really do. All things are pretty good here this week, you know, and I've got quite a good health update for you as well in this week's video. Thank goodness, finally. A little bit of a resolution, tell you about that later on. I've managed to take Nancy to a lovely craft centre and garden centre, and she had a lovely time. And I've also got something quite special to show you this week. I've been gifted a product from a company who, well, this product has quite blown me away this week, so that's coming up for you. And needless to say, for you lovely viewers of mine, if you want to purchase from them as well, you're going to get 28% off using my special promotional code that's in this video. 28%. That's incredible. So stay tuned. I hope you enjoy this week's video. Let's get into it. So on Sunday, I took Mother, aka Nancy, out and about for a little bit. It wasn't quite as hot, so we thought we would go to Kerbera Craft Centre, which is just on the edge of Lichfield where we live. A beautiful little spot that's got an antique centre, garden centre, quirky little shops, beautiful cafe. You ought to go if you get the opportunity. I go quite frequently to Kerbera Craft Centre because it's where my hairdresser is based. But I don't spend a lot of time in the other little places around here because I don't generally get time. So I took Mum for a little trip. We went to see the antique centre and the garden centre. And what a lovely day we had. something lovely to share with you because I've had a gift this week from a company called Fitvil. Have you ever heard of them? Well, I had semi-heard of them. I'd seen a few Instagram adverts, but I hadn't really looked into it and I didn't know anything about the company. I was very kindly contacted by Fitvil and I was asked if I would like to choose a pair of their footwear to review here on the channel. And I said, yes, okay, I'll take a look and yeah, happily give them a review if I like them. So I took a look at the website, found out they're originally an American company, but there is a UK website as well. And I started to read a little bit about the technology of their footwear. They do something called ErgoFit footwear, Comfort Plus, and I think it's Propel Core as well, which I'll explain a little bit more about in a moment. When these arrived this week, I thought, yes, they look good. They're a sturdy walking shoe. I'm liking the look of those. That's really good of them to send me those. Then I tried them on. Oh, I was blown away. These are the lovely shoes that Fitvil have sent me this week. Look how sturdy they are. Not just that, it's difficult to show you on camera, but the quality of those is incredible, is amazing. And I took a really good look at them and all the fine design as well. And they are made beautifully, beautifully. They also have inside an arch and heel support. Now this is part of their Comfort Plus and their Ergo Plus fitting, and I'm going to pull that support out and show you. Look at that. You can see how exactly that is going to support your foot arch and your heel. And when I tried these on, I can honestly say I was blown away. It's like walking on the moon. They're sturdy, they're not heavy, but they feel totally supportive of your foot. And as you know, I have terrible back problems, hip problems, leg problems, arthritis. So a good support shoe is actually now really vital to me, really, really vital. And I put these on and I can honestly say the difference between this and some of the other shoes I've been wearing is incredible. As you know, I'm also a fan of Archie's footwear. So for things like sliders and flip-flops, I now wear Archie's and I don't wear any other flip-flops at all. And then when I saw these, and I picked these as my freebie, if you like, from Fitvil. I picked these off the website. They came within a couple of days. And I'm absolutely blown away at how they feel when they're on my feet. Honestly, genuinely, I can highly, highly recommend Fitvil. You've got to take a look at their website. It's amazing. Not just do they do sort of big trainers, stroke sneakers, stroke active wear like this, but they do all sorts of things. They do very supportive sandals and things like that, which I really want to take a look at myself because I want to purchase some for my up and coming holiday. But for those autumn walks that I'm hoping to get, gosh, I've said the word autumn, can you believe it? When it is autumn, those lovely autumn woodland walks I'd like to go on, they are going to be perfect. They're absolutely amazing. And get this, if you have a look at their websites via the links in my description box down below, you can have 28% off by using my promotional code, which is Polly28. Now there's two links in the box down below, one if you live in the United States and one if you live in the UK. So you can order direct from an American site or an English site. And I ordered from the English site. There is a little conversion table, so you're able to convert to English sizes, which is great. So I needed an American 9, which is a UK 6.5. So these are a 6.5. Fit like a glove. Perfect, perfect fit. So they're very actual size. So whatever your actual shoe size is, go for that. You don't need to go down, you don't need to go up. Perfect fit, perfect fit. So comfortable. And look how sturdy they are. Just look how well made they are. Absolutely incredible. Absolutely beautiful. I absolutely love them. Thank you very, very much to Fitvil for those. I'm going to make so much use out of them. And as I say, do take a look at the website, because if you struggle with footwear as well, or you've got diabetes or arthritis, or if you're somebody that's really active and you love running and you're struggling to find really comfortable active wear, have a look. But have a look via the links in my description box, because that way if you see something that you do want to buy, you'll be able to use the promotional code POLLY28 and you get 28% off. That's incredible. 28%. Thank you, Fitvil. It's absolutely amazing. And just to tell you a little bit about the technology that's in them, the Comfort Plus technology, this is an advanced technology which follows the contour of your feet to enhance the movement, but it is scientifically proven. And the ErgoFit technology, the ergonomic design that gives you, well, really an amazing footwear experience. It's very springy, cushiony, and it minimises impact and maximises stability. I'm always in a lot of pain. I feel no pain wearing these at all. So the arch support as well makes your ankles more stable, keeps your feet in a proper position and shape to be fully functional. They also do quite a wide toe box, which allows your feet to move comfortably. I'm sure they are very, very, very proud of the products that they have produced. And the Propel Core technology is a patented technology, a dynamic totality of 5 core components: dual density sole, anti-skid rubber, heel ring, and removable insoles like I showed you. Shock absorbing pad as well is the secret weapon in creating the most, I reckon, the most supportive shoe that's probably on the market at the moment. Blown away, absolutely loving it. Thank you so much, Fitvil. And this couldn't have come at a better time for me, because as you all know, I am struggling at the moment with pain, and that's just ideal. So check it out. Don't forget your promo code POLLY28. I'm off to the post office. First of all, I've got 2 returns, a parcel to go back to Very, and I'm also returning some equipment that was at Mum's house. Mum's got a personal alarm system connected to her phone line. So she's got a buzzer that she wears around her neck that she can press, or she can press the actual machine itself. And in an emergency, but if she fell in the house, or you know what it's like, one of these personal alarms, you can press the buzzer and it connects to a company who will call the emergency services if necessary, call me. Anyway, to cut a long story short, I was out with Mom on Sunday and I had a telephone call from Paul, aka the Invisible Chef, to say your Mum's neighbours come round. She's had a call from the alarm company to say Mum's alarm has been activated. I was like, nope, she's with me, all is good. So by the time me and Mum got home, several people had been rung, myself, the neighbour, and they'd even rang my workplace because I hadn't picked up my phone on the first ring. So, but anyway, it turned out it was a BT landline glitch which had thrown the alarm. But to be on the safe side, they've sent Mum a whole new alarm system. I don't think there's anything wrong with the old one at all, but they have sent a new one. So I've set that up for her today, and they've sent me a big package to return the old equipment, which is also free post, which is very good of them. So I'm hoping that my little local post office is open. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So I can return these parcels. Yes, on Sunday we shall be car booting. So we've signed up, shall I say, to doing a car boot sale this coming Sunday, and done it before, literally out of the car boot. We've got quite a lot of stuff this time because we've got the things that Paul has accumulated and sorted out from his moving in. Grace has got a shed full of stuff, a shed at Nancy's, aka Mom's, full of stuff that should have been sorted out, quite frankly, years ago and wasn't. So we've got that, and I've got some bits and pieces. So we're actually going to take 2 cars, and I've decided to invest in a decorator's table, and I'm going to go and pick it up now from Wickes. It's only £16, but I thought you've got to have a table, really, haven't you? Even though you're car booting, and the idea is that you're selling out of your car boot, which we've done quite successfully before. I think having a table with the smaller items would be good. So it's not going to break the bank to go and get one of these, and I've never had one before because, well, I don't think I've ever needed one. I don't think I've done my own decorating for years. So I'm going to go to Wickes now and pick that up. The very package, I actually bought some things, and Paul did, for our holiday. 2 item he's returned, and no, 2 items he's returned, I think, and I'm returning one. It's a pair of white shorts that on the picture looked gorgeous, really nice pair of white, looked like quite a thin linen, nice and cool shorts. Oh my goodness me, they've turned up, and they are like crepe paper. You know crepe paper? Really thin and see-through. And my word, they're also incredibly short. I mean, like hot pants. I'm talking Kylie Minogue spinning around, gold hot pants, you know what I mean. They were just like that in white. I don't have a bottom like Kylie Minogue or tops of legs like her. So, needless to say, these shorts are not suitable for me at my holiday. So they're going back. In fact, it was so funny, I should have actually vlogged me trying these shorts on because it was quite a laugh. But anyway, no, I wouldn't be out in them. Definitely not. So they've gone back. It's funny, isn't it, sometimes when you're buying things online, sometimes things turn up and you're so surprised at how brilliant it is, and you go, wow, that's even better than I imagined it to be. And then sometimes you get things and you just go, what? Really? I ordered this? This is what it is? Oh dear. It was one of those moments. Even when I got them out of the bag, I was laughing, going, no way. And I wish I'd filmed it because it was quite funny. Anyway, they've gone now, so I'll get a refund on those. And I need to look for a couple of other things. I have bought a couple of dresses, evening wear dresses for holiday, and I need to have a good sort out soon of what I'm going to take and what still fits, because there might be some things from my holiday last year that don't fit anymore. Anyway, let's get to Wickes and get what I need. I can hear seagulls in Lichfield. Okay, got my wallpaper pasting table, and then there's a Halfords here as well, and I just popped in and got myself a new car air freshener. Look at that, how cute is that little cat? But do you find, and this is meant to be a fresh linen scent, but I can't smell it because it's so tightly wrapped up, but do you find you can never get into these things? They've got to be cut with scissors, I think. There doesn't ever seem to be an easy way in. That just can't be opened, I don't think, without scissors. How annoying. Which means I've got to take it into the house to open it, to bring it back out into the car. Anyway, it'll give me an excuse when I come back into the car to probably clean the car out. It's been too hot recently to be bothered to wash and clean the car and do the inside, but there's no excuse today. It's still very humid, but it's dull and it's a bit rainy. So actually when I get home I might just hoover out the car, put me new air freshener in, and then it'll smell a bit nicer as well. I don't like it when my car is a mess. It's not a mess, to be honest. It's not. I don't keep rubbish in my car at all. There is no mess. But You know when it just needs a hoover, bit of a hoover. The mats are a bit, you know. I know I'm a fussy what's it, but I always think if you look after things, you do get much more pleasurable and long-term use out of them. My granny taught me that, and she had another saying which was buy cheap, buy twice, which I kind of get. It's difficult if you can't afford expensive, but my granny always bought really good quality expensive things, whether it was a coat or carpet or, you know, something for the house. It was always the best, but then she kept them and used them for years, and they would last for years. Incredible. So I kind of get it, buy cheap, buy twice. And yeah, I kind of get it. And sometimes if I can afford it, I do the same. But what I do like to do is look after stuff, like my home, my possessions, my car. And I just think it makes you feel better, it keeps it nice, and well, it's kind of, I don't know, it's just a good thing to do really, isn't it? So I don't like it when my car gets a little bit dusty and dirty and is crying out for a little bit of attention. So I think when I get home, I will give it a little bit of attention. There we go. That smells nice. How cute. How cute. Clean car. Clean car. Good. So here we are, having our moment on the bed. Oh my goodness, it's been really, really warm today, and we've been doing a lot of jobs today for a car boot sale. So if you're watching this Sunday morning, I'm actually filming this last night. This is Saturday evening, and we're doing a car boot sale as you're watching this on Sunday morning, hopefully, fingers crossed. So as you're watching this, I'm actually not here. I'm standing in a field. Anyway, we have done a load of sorting out today. A lot of things from Nancy, aka Mom's house, and a lot of my daughter's things, Grace. So that's predominantly what's going off to the car boot sale. And I actually haven't had time, and there is no room left in our vehicles for me to sort anything out of my house. So I might have to do 2 this summer. It might be more than 2, who knows. But what we did do today, but it was really hard work and really sweaty work, and excuse the state of me because I am one sweaty mess at the moment. But Paul, God bless him, came with me to Mom's, and we went up into her loft, and there was 3 huge boxes that have never been opened since we moved in. It's still got Pickford's Removals written on it, and inside was glassware, dinner services, teapots, coffee pots, and some beautiful items, and some things that are really, really old and are very sentimental. So we had to go, whoa. And Nancy kept saying, just take the lot to the car boot sale, get it all out, take it all. We're up there sweating buckets because it was so hot in the loft, going, we can't just do that. This has got to be sorted out properly. And Paul said, you know what, you've got to go through all of this and do an inventory really, because there could be some real proper gems in there that we might need to think about on our house insurance and things like that. So what was meant to be a quick get everything out the loft and take as much to the car boot sale job as possible has turned into a massive job of starting to help Nancy declutter her house, but also take stock of what's in Nancy's house, and to be very mindful of my history and Mom's history, my childhood, things that are sentimental, things that have an emotional attachment. Equally, knowing that you can't keep everything forever. And everybody's only got limited space, haven't they, in their homes, and you can't inherit everything, and you can't you just can't keep everything, can you? So Paul's right in that it's got to be sort of sat down and really thought through really hard. And Mom's always been a hoarder, So, you know, she's always kept everything. So there's so much stuff still that's in her house that belonged to my grandparents, and there's some items that were even my great grandparents. So all those things can come in time, but she really does want a big declutter, really. She's, you know, obviously not able to enjoy all those things like she used to, because she doesn't have dinner parties and she doesn't need all this stuff. But it's not just a case of I don't need it, therefore I'm going to throw it out. We've got to look at it from a, yes, we don't need it anymore, but what should we really do with it? And that needs thought. So yeah, we're very hot and sweaty. We're ready for the car boot sale. We will be doing the car boot sale as I speak. And as I say, there are things of Nancy's going there, lots of things of Grace's, and not a lot of mine, because there's no room left in the 2 vehicles that we're taking. So could have to do perhaps a second car boot sale over the course of this summer, who knows. Anyway, hopefully I shall vlog that for you today, stroke tomorrow, and that'll be in next week's vlog, which is, yeah, hopefully a very sunny car boot sale day. So I'm looking forward to that. And the only thing I wanted to touch on really this week is a bit of a health update for you, which is pretty positive. We have some progression. I went to see my GP on Tuesday, and we had a good read through my MRI results that had come in quite recently. And it was a little bit more in depth than I'd been led to believe initially, because when I had the results, I actually got them in a text message, and it was very brief. So it was on the back of that really that I booked my GP appointment before I do anything else. And yeah, so I went through it with my GP, and a lot of stuff I already knew. So obviously arthritis in my lower back. I've got arthritis in my hips, particularly my right hip, which is part of the reason my right hip and my right thigh are hurting. I've got spondylosis in my neck and upper back. I've also got some major disc degeneration, the middle to top half, the middle section really of my back, going down into the top half of my bottom. And obviously my lowest disc is completely degenerated, we knew that. But I questioned the fact that tendinitis had come up on the MRI, and actually when I went to the doctors on Tuesday, I was in excruciating pain, and I was pleased that I was. I'm in pain now a little bit. I was in excruciating pain on Tuesday, and I say I'm really pleased I was, in a weird way, because sometimes, do you find when you go to the doctors, or the day you book an appointment, you go to the doctors, you end up starting to feel a little bit better, and you think, oh, I feel a bit of a fraud now. I felt terrible on Tuesday. I was so much pain, and as soon as I got into the room to see the doctor, he took one look at me. He said, "Good afternoon, not?" And I said, "No," and burst into tears. I was in that much pain. I just said, I've got to do something for this pain. I just can't manage any longer. So we got into the results, and then we talked about tendinitis. I said, it's come up that I've got tendinitis in my right leg, and that's why it's hurting so much. He went through it, and he said, well, actually, he said, you've got a torn tendon in your thigh and tendinitis. He said, I'm not surprised you're in agony. Now, I always thought that a tendon injury like that would be caused from something pretty major, an accident, an injury, and I think most of the time it is. However, the way the GP explained it to me, he said, well, actually, it's really easy to have a tendon injury, really difficult to cure it, really difficult, and it takes a long, long time. And he said that, you know, because your back's been so bad, you might have done something like you're not walking properly, or you're overcompensating, and you've twisted or turned, or you've done something that has caused this issue. And I reckon it was about the end of March, start of April that this started. And he said, you have to have physiotherapy. There is no two ways about it. You have to. He said, and also things have changed of late. And he said, we can no longer refer you back to surgical people in relation to your back. anything musculoskeletal has got to come from a physiotherapist. So if I go for physio and they say, actually, yeah, we can do something to help the tendon repair in your thigh, but your back is so bad that you do need to see a spinal surgeon, or you need to see whoever. Only a physiotherapist can now do that. So I've got to go to physio, even if it's to then follow through and to go and see someone new about my back. So I do have to go to physio. So that was clarified, that's fine. I just didn't want to go to physio just on the back of the text message I initially received with my results, because I wanted to know a little bit more as to what was going on. And in the meantime, he's put me on a bit of extra medication. So on top of the naproxen, which I take for arthritis anyway, he's also prescribed me pregabalin. And I can honestly say that within the first 2 or 3 tablets of taking those, I was certainly noticing some relief in the pain. And I know it's masking the pain, but that's all I can do at the moment until my physio starts, and that doesn't start till the middle of September. But I am having a little bit of relief from the pain, but I'm taking it alongside naproxen. And he also said I can take a full dose of codeine each day as well, which would be 8 tablets. I currently take 2 before I go to bed, on top of the naproxen and on top of the pregabalin. And with all that said, and with all those together, I'm still not pain-free, but I am much, much better. I can tolerate it, let's put it that way. And if I feel I need to take a few more codeine, I can. I don't particularly want to, but I will do. I won't suffer this because it really is painful, and I don't want to suffer it anymore, really, quite frankly. So anyway, so I've got some new medication, got to go to physio, and hopefully that will help. I did have a chat with him about my weight gain, my menopause symptoms, and taking fluoxetine as well. And he said, without a shadow of a doubt, do not come off the fluoxetine at this present moment in time. He said, I know you're weighing up whether you should come off it to lose weight, and losing weight will help the back symptoms because I'm carrying an extra 3 stone on my back that I shouldn't be. He said, but he said the fact that you're in so much pain and have been for so long, that's very draining, it's very tiring. You've got a very busy life. You're looking after Nancy. You're doing A, B, C, D, whatever. He said, do not come off the fluoxetine. That is your prop at the moment. Plus, it's scientifically known to help menopausal symptoms, especially for women like me who can't take HRT. So it's helping that. And he said, you've got to stay healthy mentally as much as physically. He said, and my advice is to stay on them. Stay on them at the moment. Don't worry too much about your weight. Just eat healthy. Do what you can do. You're going through the menopause. You're going to have the weight gain, I'm afraid. And, you know, hopefully it'll all readjust itself at whatever time that it's ready to. So anyway, it was quite a positive consultation with a very, very good doctor who was very knowledgeable on basically everything we talked about, all those different things. So I was very, very pleased with that, which made me feel a bit better. So I'm not in as much pain, still in pain, but not as much. And I'm sleeping, and isn't that just the key to a lot of things? Good old sleep. You can't beat it. It really does help and makes you feel so much better. So I'm very pleased about that. So all in all, it's been a very busy week, a very productive week, a very good week. And then today, helping Nancy and having Paul with me, I had a moment of pure gratitude. And that's my word for the week, gratitude. And even Mom noticed it, and she said, how lovely it is you've got Paul to help you do these things now, because it was such a big task actually that, especially as I'm not 100% physically on form at the moment, but for other reasons as well, I was so grateful that he took the time to help and to acknowledge the importance of these items and to have respect for Nancy and her items and her memories and her, you know, everything. And I thought, you know, how lucky am I? Let's take a moment to just be grateful for all the things we have and the people in our lives that do us good and are good. And I just feel very, very lucky at the moment that, you know, when I started this channel, I was really broken and I didn't really know where I was in my little world. And you guys have been incredibly supportive through everything that I've shown on this video, whether it be talking about loss, grief, illnesses, the breakup of relationships. And I was in an awful place when I first started this channel. And I think back and I think, what a lot has happened in 2-3 years. And actually, apart from not being 100% well, all of it has been very, very positive. And if I had shouted out to the universe 3 years ago, this is what I would like in my world, or, you know, very selfishly really, I suppose, isn't it? This is what I would love to have. This is the kind of person I would love to be with. This is what I would love for my children. I think I must have shouted it out loud to the universe, because right now I have all of those things and I am incredibly grateful. I'm incredibly grateful for you being here as well again this week. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you've had a lovely week, and think of me, won't you? While you're watching this video, I'll be hot and sweaty in a field somewhere at the car boot sale, and I'll be able to show you that next week. But until next week, stay safe, stay in the boat, and keep doing all things good. And I'll see you next Sunday. Take care. Bye.